Good morning. Thank you all for coming. My name is John Moranto, and I am the president of the Parents Association, and I'd love to just thank you all for coming today. I'm glad to see so many of you brave the wet weather, and to take advantage of the opportunity to come out and hear about the state of the school. This is an exciting time for Bryn Mawr as we embark on our strategic plan, which you're going to hear about in a few moments. But first, I'm delighted to introduce Grace Pollock, who is the chair of the Board of Trustees. She's actually in her second year of a three-year term on the board, and she is the president of two Bryn Mawr alumna, Catherine and Margaret, as well as a Gilman graduate. Oh, parent. Yeah, well, she's also the president, too. She's the president of her house. And she's volunteered in many countless capacities on the campus. We're thrilled to have her leadership guiding us as we move forward, and I'd like to now introduce Grace Pollock.
Thank you, John, and thank you for your wonderful leadership of the Parents Association this year. Your sense of humor is always appreciated. Good morning and welcome, everybody. Excuse me. We are so thrilled to have you here on campus this morning, to be hearing about all the amazing things going on our campus this year, and to be hearing about our new strategic plan. We are all part of a very special community here at Bryn Mawr, a community where we all want the same thing. We all share the same goals, for our Bryn Mawr girls to develop into strong, smart, confident, and healthy young women. We see ourselves as your partners in this glorious and sometimes very challenging journey with your daughter. We're all very happily in this together. We are in the midst, we are in the midst of another strong year with bright students excelling on so many different fronts across all three divisions with their exceptional teachers, forward-thinking leaders, and a very active and committed Board of Trustees. I am in my 7th year of working with Maureen Walsh, and she continues to impress me. She is thoughtful, energetic, and loves our girls. I have the utmost confidence in her leadership and her work. Maureen is in her 14th year as our headmistress. She teaches, she coaches varsity ice hockey, she advises our upper school girls, and she brings an incredible vision to her leadership of the school and to our students and faculty. We are so fortunate to have her at our helm. I don't know when you sleep, but we're so fortunate to have you at our helm. One of the main functions of the board and the administration is to manage the current year budget and build the budget for next year. A process we take very, very seriously, including managing our expenses very closely. And I'm pleased to report we are in excellent fiscal shape. Our endowment is higher than it has ever been. A percentage of the endowment each year goes towards our operating budget. And this nearly $1.4 million kickoff this year from the endowment is one of the main revenue streams of our operating budget. The other two revenue streams for the operating budget are your tuition dollars and our annual fund gifts. Our 2016-17 tuition increase is in line with previous years, and we are ever mindful of the sacrifice that you are making to give your daughters the exceptional education here at Bryn Mawr, and we are inspired by your commitment daily. Finally, this year has been a very exciting one for us here on the board. We have just endorsed a new strategic plan for the school, the roadmap, if you will, for our future, one that will touch each student at the school and build upon Bryn Mawr's academic strengths and reputation while ensuring that we nurture our girls in every aspect of their life and development. We think our title for this new strategic vision says it all: The Bryn Mawr Way, a contemporary vision for what girls need to thrive. It truly is an added value for everyone here in our community. So now I'd like to turn the floor over to Maureen so she can share some of the exciting details with you. Thank you.
Good morning. Thanks so much for being here today. on a kind of a gloomy day. I spoke to our middle and upper school students yesterday afternoon. They had a lot of hard questions about the strategic plan. And some of them were, of course, about food and yoga pants. So you'll well understand that. But this is really an important moment for us and for our future, and I'm really excited that you're here to hear about it. As you know, we've been deeply involved in strategic planning really since last summer, thinking ambitiously about how to build on Bryn Mawr's powerful academic reputation and strengths, while ensuring that we nurture our girls in every aspect of their lives. We engaged the Art and Science group about a year and a half ago to help us conduct surveys and in-person interviews. We had incredible involvement from everyone, certainly your input, along that with faculty, our students, board members, alumni, prospective families, and many others, have really been essential in helping us create our thinking about the strategic plan as we generated hundreds and hundreds of ideas to consider. Our strategic planning task force was led by Hadley Feiss, who is an alumna and a parent of 2 graduates, and Jeff Carey, who is a trustee. Hadley's a trustee as well, and Jeff's daughter, Charlotte, is in the 10th grade. And we spent the fall narrowing down and prioritizing our ideas. In late January, our Board of Trustees approved the strategic plan and 3 core strategies, which I'll present to you today. And they'll be guiding our major work and decisions for the next several years. Before we talk about changes, I want to assure you, we remain steadfastly committed to our longstanding core aspirations for our students. Bryn Mawr will continue to provide an unparalleled academic experience for each girl. But now we want to do more to make sure that each girl thrives here emotionally, socially, and academically, and that she leaves Bryn Mawr with the confidence she needs to seize the incredible opportunities in front of her. So let me introduce to you the plan, the Bryn Mawr Way. And each word has been chosen specifically, a contemporary vision for what girls need to thrive. The plan is divided into 3 core strategies. The first is one we call the whole girl for the whole day. Some of your daughters get started before dawn, the swimmers, the skaters, and so forth, and many are here well after dark. Our actors, our singers and performers, activities directors, and we want to ensure that we are supporting and nourishing the whole girl for that whole day, mind, body, and spirit. And think also about some of our lower schoolers, many who arrive around 7 a.m. And they don't get picked up until 6 p.m. What is that day like for them? Taking care of the whole girl for the whole day will take some enhancements to our advisory and homeroom experience. We also want to expand our arts and athletics opportunities, make changes to our before the day and our after-school program, really for K through 12, and to deepen our wellness programming for the entire community. The good news is that we're already doing this. For example, Emily Tankersley's thriving Bryn Mawr Dance School for Lower Schoolers has been a huge hit. It's now in its 3rd year. We have more than 100 students enrolled in jazz, tap, ballet, and creative movement. This includes 3- and 4-year-olds from our little school and girls all the way up through 8th grade. These after-school classes not only expose our girls to the art and fun of dance, but it's a great service to working parents. Another plus, the upper school dancers who assist Emily and Rainika Gandhi and with some other dance faculty, the upper schoolers assist and serve as role models for our younger girls. And I love to see these aspirational moments where our lower and middle school girls are looking up to our upper school girls. Our very talented Dr. Allison Shirk continues to lead the wonderful American Kadai children's chorus for Bryn Mawr girls and for the broader community. And I will tell you that the Kadai Children's Chorus has brought us many applicants to Bryn Mawr for girls who participate in Allison's chorus but attend other schools. And again, our parents love having these kind of enrichment opportunities on campus, sponsored by us, supported by us. They also help our students figure out at an early age what they love to do. We continually hear, and I mentioned this to the girls yesterday, and one of the girls brought it up, and it was one of the enduring comments that I heard from Martin Science after they did their research with us. The girls who have the time to do the things they love are the most contented students. So this combination is important. How do we find the time? How do we help them find the things that they love and provide them programs for those passions? In advising, it makes me really proud to see how frequently our teachers go well beyond their teaching, and they shine in their roles as coaches and advisors. Our faculty work very closely with middle school and upper school students in small group advising teams over a number of years. And also in our lower school, the homeroom teacher is really the mom or the dad on campus. The person who knows the girls well, can support them and can communicate with you well. And whether it's taking our girls on college visits, cheering her on at a game, or listening, and I mean really listening to our students, our advisory system and our students' connection to a supportive adult in this community is a really valuable part of the Bryn Mawr experience and a major component of developing the whole girl. We need make these connections strong and meaningful, and we will do that intentionally and thoughtfully. Wellness is an issue that we are taking on and thinking about not only as an adult community, but a student community. And this year, all of our 9th and 10th graders are taking yoga as part of physical education. Our faculty have been finding all kinds of ways and opportunities to integrate mindfulness into the curriculum. Little schoolers are also taking part. They're doing yoga and mindfulness breathing, part of their Healthy Heart days this month. We know that this is an important part of student wellness and human wellness, and we want to do more programming in this area. And of course, there's food. The girls had lots of suggestions, as you can imagine, about food. We made some really good changes this year. We have healthy green smoothies before and after school. They're good. I actually said, show me what you put in that smoothie so I can make it at home. We've enhanced our salad bar. We have our frozen yogurt machine with fresh fruit and Skittles on Friday. But we know we can do more to make sure our students have access to healthy, nourishing food throughout the day. So if they're looking for a snack at a certain point, they go to the Bryn Market. And the Bryn Market has some good and some yummy and not really healthy opportunities. Of course, the girls eat those. But we're really considering a lot about what the eating experience is at Bryn Mawr, what we serve, how we serve it, where can they get it, and what's the experience eating at Bryn Mawr. Our second core strategy is called the Bryn Mawr Way. And we intend to enrich further our students' academic experience, primarily through an emphasis on more experiential and collaborative learning. And our faculty will build that experience around the interests and needs of each girl. We call this the Bryn Mawr Way. Under this strategy, we want to expand our learning opportunities in areas such as internships and travel, real-world projects, social entrepreneurship, and opportunities for our girls to develop talents in different areas. Maybe this will involve an outdoor education program. I'm a huge believer in outdoor education. Or perhaps a grade level wants to launch, this is another idea of mine, whether a grade level, I'm thinking 5th and 6th grade, could launch an after-school snack program, develop a business plan, order it, sell it, count their inventory, count their profits, decide what they're going to do with their profits, and so forth. But this is a wonderful opportunity for a real-world, hands-on experience for them. And we are looking for ways for them to engage around the world and to also work through all of the opportunities that STEAM, science, technology, engineering, art, and math can interweave and provide the girls with incredible opportunities. In terms of personal pathways, we want the Bryn Mawr educational experience to start with the individual girl, rather than look at it as a one-size-fits-all. You need to fit into what we do, as opposed to we need to wrap this program around you. And we need to have time to help them explore new interests and pathways for them. A good example of this is our Edith Hamilton Scholars Program in the senior class, which allows selected students to pursue a unique study of a particular interest. It's totally non-graded, and they work with a mentor, and this often can be a faculty member or an alum. This year's projects include a mental health awareness through art, a transgender and gender nonconforming work on best practices for women's schools, and a minority-owned small business marketing, to name just a few. These projects are very personal, they're based on a student's passion, and often inspire a student's direction after college. Middle school students also experience more personalized pathways this year in the expanded history curriculum. And we have a History Day celebration, led by teachers Matt Hedrick, Jim Lancaster, Katie Walsh, Beth McDonald, and along with middle school librarian Claire Rubon and tech integrator Kristen Kennedy, 7th and 8th grade students selected a topic of interest, and including is a study of the International Space Station, the discovery of insulin, a study of Jacques Cousteau, and the Spanish Inquisition. It's very interesting to choose that. And created either a web page or a documentary. One girl did a museum exhibit, and another created a dramatic performance to present their research. This highlights not only passion-based learning, but the 21st century skills of curating and analyzing a vast array of information from a variety of sources. And it was a huge success. And 18 girls, there's some national competition, and 18 girls from the 7th and 8th grade are advancing in the regional competition next month. So whatever they enjoy, whatever their interests, we are helping them to develop interests and to apply these interests in their academic program. We have STEAM summer internships that continue to grow under the leadership of Eric Elton. This summer, we're looking to place 50 upper school girls in internships, which is double what we've done before. Each student is selected to work with a mentor, matching their interest in organizations all over Baltimore, including Johns Hopkins School of Engineering, Hopkins Med School, the aquarium, and the zoo. Some have worked with an architecture firm and more. These are incredible opportunities for real-world experiences. They're hands-on, they're clearly experiential and outside of the classroom. In terms of STEAM and Maker, I'm really proud of how well and how quickly we've embraced the STEM and Maker movement at Bryn Mawr. From kindergarten up, our girls are unleashing their creativity and learning to code, to program, build, tinker, prototype, and more in our lower school creation station, our middle school maker space, and the upper school innovation lab. Even better, that's not really confined just to technology, but some teachers, 7th grade Latin, designed and 3D printed Latin coins that they're going to use for identification purposes. And another teacher took some middle schoolers to assemble devices for children and animals with injured limbs. They made 3D printed, and they had all of the right movement, not all the right movement, but they had all of the fingers and so forth in some 3D printed hands. I saw them. And some doggy wheelchairs, you know, for the little dogs who become paralyzed. Upper school students are designing stained glass window boxes. They're using the principles of geometry as well as building scale models for the theater's set design process. If you are ever in our innovation lab, you will see kids tinkering with all kinds of things using equipment and tools, and it's always full. They are able to achieve competence in different skills. They're able to move on. And I watched one group of girls doing sort of a Ruby Goldberg thing where the marble moves this, and then it hits a few dominoes, and it pops a ball up. And it's totally trial and error. You never could worry about failing at this. You can only learn how to make it work. That one didn't work. Okay, let's move this a little bit closer. All right, that wasn't quite in the right place. Okay, you go work on that. It's just amazing to see. And you know, you don't have to be in honors physics to be able to put your hands to this kind of work. In Justin Curtis's iPhone app class, one of our seniors developed an app that allows her classmates, I love this one, it's Peyton Smith, it allows her classmates to check in on the senior parking lot to see if there's any spaces available, and then allows an announcement if the lot is full, they have to park somewhere else. And another student, Abby Diet, came up with a water conservation app that can help an individual measure how much water they are using when they're taking a shower. And so these are relevant challenges, and this is really just the beginning. At Bryn Mawr, we recognize the particular importance today of innovative teaching and learning, of intellectual risk-taking. We believe in the value of challenge. The maker spaces and activities are really places where our students come to understand that exploration and failure are all part of the process, and it will help them build their confidence as they move through these challenges in an environment where they are known and loved and appreciated. And a huge part of experiential learning is allowing our students to explore, connect, and engage meaningfully with their world, both close to home and around the world. From Istanbul to South Africa, our global education program provided almost 30 upper school students the opportunity to travel abroad on a Bryn Mawr program. Next year, we're considering an art and social movements program in Cuba, as well as a unique First Nations trip to the Pacific Rim in Canada, an experience in global service and citizenry, while infusing language and environmental sciences. And we hope to add an additional exchange program in the UK next year. We wonder if it's possible to develop global programs so that every Bryn Mawr girl can experience something as transformational as this. And then here's the hard one. Reimagining rigor, which I have to give a shout out to Amanda Macumber for this phrase. How do we assess and support? We are a school known for academic excellence. We have very high expectations for our girls, and we ask our students to go well beyond what they believe they can do. Under the Bryn Mawr way, we will consider what we can do to ensure that all of our students realize their academic potential in a supportive and nurturing environment. This will mean taking a look at how and when we assess our students and what we're doing to support them academically at every level. We have already made a significant adjustment to our mid-year exams, which we hope will reduce stress and pressure during a very busy time. We have moved them from January into December. We have dismantled this 6 or 7 day exam process. We are changing our approach to those exams. We have been guided by our graduates in college. What are you encountering in college? How can we better prepare you for this? We know that rigor is important. It is important at Bryn Mawr. But we believe that the struggle is important. And we as a school want and need to talk to you about this and about our philosophy and why this is important. We want to figure out how to partner with you so that we are all doing our best work to support our students. And finally, our third core strategy is called the Martian Nation. Let's invest some energy and some fun into making this a really exciting community. We want every girl to have a powerful sense of belonging here at Bryn Mawr. Membership in the preschool to alumni Martian Nation will strengthen the attachment of the school's community members to the school and ensure that it is relevant and a motivating force in our lives. Thankfully, Jeanette Budzik will be leading this charge. Jeanette is gifted in knowing what the girls want and need, what the community needs, and what we all need to thrive. I call her the student whisperer. She's devoted to our girls, and our girls are devoted to Jeanette. She's one of those key people. She's one of the, we talk about the glue. Jeanette is is a glue that holds the upper school together, and we're grateful to have her leading this effort. I know she's here. Already this year, we have reinvigorated some Bryn Mawr traditions. Our Founders Day was just awesome this year. We had live music courtesy of our tech band. We had great weather. And we had a cookout, we had a barbecue. So we've discovered that burgers and a band can be a sort of a low-tech, high-fun approach. The campus came alive in celebration of our history and our spirit. We want to do more of this. We want to do it more often. We're finding other ways for our girls to come together and support each other and have fun. This winter, Pat Nothstein and Ann Broadus declared a lower school dress-down day. It was a spirit day to support a big varsity basketball game, and so the girls made signs, they had balloons, they were all there. It was quite the scene, and it allowed for those aspirational moments that we love at Bryn Mawr, for our younger girls to see those older girls and want to be like them. Our upper school production of Legally Blonde, I still love that poster, was a similar opportunity. More than 1,300 people turned out to see Legally Blonde. It was a sold-out opening night. We had students, we had audience members straining out through the lobby, sitting in aisles, and it was just an incredible show. So much energy, and Michael Robinson, who directed and really saw how all of this would come together. He said, I've never experienced a school show opening like this one. It was humbling and awe-inspiring. It was a great celebration of our community. We're also planning to implement a K-12 house system that would divide all of our students into groups, and it would be across the divisions. And we don't know exactly how it's going to work yet, but we want to create these teams or houses for events and activities. We're also finding ways for our parents and alumni to be and stay increasingly connected to Bryn Mawr. And so stay tuned on that. We're just beginning our talk and our plans on this. We have faculty hard at work on this, and with all deliberate speed, and let me tell you, with a lot of speed. We have 15 separate groups who are working on each of these individual ideas. So the 3 main core strategies have 5 initiatives underneath them. I'm pointing because we have like branches and leaves. They have been all meeting last week in this. We are kicking around all kinds of ideas. I've been meeting with each of the groups saying, here are things I'm interested in. Here are some ways that we can help you. Don't worry about the resources. We'll talk about those, but think about what are you going to need to implement some of these ideas. And I'm asking faculty and the groups to think about them in 3 ways. What do we want to do now? What do we want to do soon, in the next year and a half or so? And what do we want to do later? What is sort of more substantial, require us to develop more resources? But as we chart this direction, let me remind you about our philosophy as a school and what really guides our thinking. That our students would learn to read, write, speak, and think with sophistication. That they have an appreciation for nuance and an ability to distinguish between the ordinary and the extraordinary and to care about that difference. That they see pattern and beauty in art, dance, and music. That they understand and can perform scientific inquiry to understand the world better, and that they can appreciate different cultures and languages, that they can develop, express, and defend an opinion. They had plenty of those for me yesterday. And that they can commit themselves to spirit and sportsmanship through athletics and physical activity. Beyond this, we believe in the importance of intellectual risk-taking. We believe in the value of challenge, and we want our students to be courageous risk-takers. We want them to understand that failure is part of the process. And parents, all of us, we have to remember that too. that they will find their confidence as they move through these challenges, as they conquer them. In fact, among Bryn Mawr's academic leaders, we've talked a great deal about the difference between ambition and competition, and we want to emphasize personal ambition over perfectionism or the idea of winning. To accept challenges and to grow in confidence in an environment where they are known, loved, and supported should be the hallmarks of a Bryn Mawr education. We want to nourish their ambitions by setting the bar high, but not unreasonably so. And we expect our girls to be utterly transformed by their Bryn Mawr experience. We are the Martian nation. We believe in high-achieving girls, and we welcome your participation in these next great adventures. Thank you.